Shalom, call Limelight Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles, great millstone who want to teach well over the hopeful lake. The house of David, the one third. Peace and salutation to the house of David, the one third, is pushing this truth and tuning into this truth with all truth and sincerity through the will and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. And some news just came out just under 40 minutes ago. Elder Ariah passed on. He was one of the pioneers, the heralds of the truth, the Rakakwadash, the truth, brought to you by the Rakakwadash from Abba Bivens on down. He passed away recently. So he's in the spirit world now, being kept from the perils that's coming upon this earth. Because the Most High is going to bring great misery to this earth like never before for the wickedness that's been spread and polluting the earth in all manners of ways. Like you see in this photo, you see a destroyed city with a tornado ripping through it. This post-apocalyptic wasteland is gonna look like this all over the earth. And Babylon the Great will just be a massive desert at one point, right? So let's go to Isaiah the 66th chapter, which is the last chapter in Isaiah. Excuse me. This is Isaiah 66, and I'm going to start at verse 15. For behold, Yahweh will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of Yahweh shall be many. So the Most High is going to kill the majority of people. The majority of people are going to die. There's no getting out of this, man. And uh, what's going to consume this earth is going to be so much going on that it's just going to be next to impossible to escape. Only people that's truly going to escape is the elect, and that's a very small number of people. And even some of the elect won't fully escape. They're going to die. They're going to be martyrs. This is Revelations 19 and 18. By these, which I believe is referring to the nukes, right? By these, 3 was the third part of men killed by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths. For their powers in their mouth and their tails, because the nuclear warhead is at the front, and the what do you call it? The engine or the propulsion mechanism is in the back, right? That's why it's talking about the power in their mouths and in their tails. You see, these nukes are going to obliterate people, completely obliterate people on this earth, and it's not going to be no getting out of this. There's no you can't pray your way out of this. You can't You use money, bribery to get out of this. It's gonna happen because people are wicked. They're evil. You see how Babylon has polluted this earth. It's plain, it's obvious that this place is wicked. This is the book of Jeremiah, 25th chapter, in verse 30. Therefore prophesy thou against them all these words, and say to them, Yahweh shall roar from on high, and utter his voice from his holy habitation. The third heaven, where the Most High has his throne. He shall mightily roar upon his habitation. He shall give a shout as they that tread the grapes against all the inhabitants of the earth. So everybody's getting this work. A noise shall come even to the ends of the earth, for Yahweh have a controversy with the nations. He will plead with all flesh. He will give them that are wicked to the sword, saith Yahweh. Thus said Yahweh of hosts, Yahweh of armies, Behold, evil shall go forth from nation to nation, and a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast of the earth, and the slain of Yahweh shall be at that day from one end of the earth even to the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, neither gathered nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground. So you're gonna have people just dead, man. There's gonna be bodies just laying there, decaying for animals to eat, humans to eat. You're gonna have cannibalism, and it's gonna be stinky. It's gonna stink. It's going to be, all your senses will be displeased. You're not gonna want to smell that. Some of us may enjoy looking at the death of the wicked, right? But who wants to smell rotten corpses? You see, because people are going to die in the billions. People are gonna die. There's no escape. You're not gonna escape. Now, yes, you will have these trillionaires and gazillionaires and so on and so forth, small heads and the rest of these heathens, the other dukes of Edom and these other kings of the earth will escape in their bunkers, but they will be visited, man. They will be visited. Let's get that in the book of, I believe it's Isaiah. The book of Isaiah. This is Isaiah, the 24th chapter, and 21st verse. It shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall punish the hosts of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days shall they be visited. So these heathens that are escape the nuclear warfare and this destruction, that these plagues that the Most High is going to send to all nations. All right, when they escape that, but they got their luxury bunkers, these bunkers the size of these buildings you see. They got bunkers the size of these. They got whole cities. Matter of fact, they call them DUMBs, deep underground military bases. They got cities, not just, they got literal cities underground, just full of food, water, all types of stuff, you see. So that's how they're going to escape what's coming. Of course, the ones that aren't in Babylon the Great with that, because everybody in Babylon the Great is finished, right? They got the bunkers in Venezuela, and not Venezuela, New Zealand, Europe, and who knows what their private islands. They got the, the Red Childs, right, islands, and up in Antarctica or near Antarctica. You see, so that's how they're going to escape. And just to make the point that is talking about the nuclear destruction, this is Isaiah and it's also end time prophecy, Isaiah 24:19. We're gonna jump up. The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean, dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard. All right. So that's talking about the nukes blitzing Babylon the Great. And the land of Israel will be nuked as well. You see, the land of Israel will be nuked because you got the small hats that have polluted our land with their folly. This is Psalms 11:6. Verse 5. Yahweh trieth the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence, his soul hateth. Right? You Edomites. You Edomites, the Most High hates you Edomites. It's mentioned all throughout the scriptures that the Lord hates you Edomites. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and an horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. So what's coming is going to be destruction, natural disasters, these chemical spills, the animals, Esau's left hand work, which is from the Most High, brought to you by the Most High Himself. And there's going to be madness. It's going to be confusion. And all these people that are wicked. You see, I seen this video, right? It was a video of like this concert, or yeah, it was a concert, and it just this guy was going around just asking people at the concert questions. And when I tell you, I was disgusted when I seen people, like, just hearing them talk at this concert. You see, pretty much out of all the guys he interviewed, I'd say 60, 70, 60% of them were sodomites, man. They were sodomites. And they were talking about, one of them was talking about being sodomizing one of the artists that was at the concert performing. You see, and they were all Edomites. They were all Edomites, because literally all these Edomites are some sodomites, man. They are. They're that vile. They're extremely vile. And when this collapse happens, they're gonna really show them horns. They're gonna go around doing Edomite stuff to everybody that falls into their hands. But the elect will be protected from these evils. This is Proverbs 14 and the 3 in verse 3. In the mouth of the foolish is a rod of pride, but the lips of the wise shall preserve them. You see, these heathens are full of pride, specifically here in Babylon the Great, because they haven't been checked. They haven't been put in check. They think they're just going to continue being evil, and it's just going to be all fine and dandy. No problems, no hurt, no pain, no suffering, all good. Well, guess what? Now they're suffering. I seen a video of Eve looking evil, man. She looked evil. She looked wicked as hell, man. This Eve. I think she was living out of her car, and something happened with her engine. She had to get a second engine, and then that engine failed. And if she got to get a third engine, she's gonna lose the car because she can't afford a car. If she lose her car, she can't work. If she lose the car, she's homeless. So she's homeless, she can't work. She's ugly. She's filthy looking, man. Just ugly nigga woman. And I seen another video where it was another nigga woman complaining about how she used coupons, and the coupons didn't work, you see, or it didn't bring the price down, because prices have increased. It's more than a 6% inflation, man. Inflation is on another level. This is 2nd Ezra 16th chapter and verse verse 15, verse 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. That's right, scourges for amendment. What you've done to the children of Israel and the earth, you're gonna pay. All you people talking crap, physically harming Israel, so on and so forth. You're not just gonna be all fine and dandy. You're going to die. You're going in the Most High. It's cold, man. He can have you impaled to death. You could try to jump off a building, fall on one of those fences with the spikes on them, be impaled and just bleed out and die there, man. And it take a couple hours. The Most High is cold, man. He's terrible. He's the king of terrors. This is verse 22. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So the people that maybe luck out, get find a supply of food somewhere, grow their own food, or they're cannibals. They're gonna die. Someone's gonna kill them. Can't like I've been saying this for a minute. It's gonna be cannibal gang versus cannibal gang. You see, I just found more information that further proves my opinion on that statement. Really makes it a fact at this point is that after 10 days of people with no food and no water, they have no food, no water for after 10 days, they go out, rob, steal, and kill, right, for food and water. And if they don't have, and after 15 days of doing that, they become cannibals. So it only takes about just over 2 weeks for people to turn to cannibals. And then who knows what that was done through wars all over the world. That wasn't specific for these Edomites because these Edomites are vile than the earth, man. They might just become cannibals off rip. You see, like they'll just instantly be like in the TV show The Walking Dead Terminus. They had enough crops to feed themselves. You see, they was growing enough food to sustain themselves. But guess what? They still were cannibals. You see, so you're gonna have that out there. You're gonna have people that are in the rural areas. They got the fruit tree. They got apples. They may have chickens and beef. They may have 100% can sustain themselves, and they'll still eat you. They'll still eat you, and that's these Edomites because they're vile. This is verse 23. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. So all some event, whether it's the zombie apocalypse, cyber attack, whatever, when that happens, all the whole earth is gonna be waste. People are gonna be dying, man. They're full of pride. Go on Twitter, man, and see what they say about Jake. You see? Go look at history. Look how Jake has been trodden down. And all that is going to come back to the whole earth. And the only people that's going to make it out of this, truly make it out of this, is the elect. This is verse 27. So that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. For of a city there shall be 10 left, and two of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick roads and the clefts of the rocks. So they're going to hide, man. They're going to be scared from all this evil, these marauder gangs, these apparitions, these robots. They're gonna be so scared, man. They're gonna be in fear. Check this out, man. This is straight out of an apocalyptic movie right here. This is verse 31. Even so, in those days, there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword. You see, that's the apocalypse, man. You see, that's the apocalypse. When all things go crazy after however long, when it's full blown collapse, the people that are left, like that scene, that the first image that came to my mind is the road, and like there's a scene in the road where you got these about 10 to 15 dudes on this broken down truck, and they rode through a tunnel, and they were cannibals, man. And it wasn't stated, but it was implied that they ate one of their friend's leg, man. You see? And then one of the guys, the main character was a man and his son. One of the cannibal dudes came out just to take a piss. And he coincidentally saw the man and his son. The man and his son shot and killed him. And then the other cannibals heard the gunshot And then the man and his son had to run away and hide in a creek because the cannibals were searching for him all day, man, because they wanted to eat him. Probably grape him too, man, because Esau vile like that. Pop him right up in the sodomites, man. They're sodomites, you see. And after they escaped, they came back to the road, and the show is called The Road too. So they went back to the road that they were at, and then they saw the dude's freaking skeleton and his corpse in the fire, man, because they ate him. You see? This is verse 33. The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. Because men are going to be going off to war, dying in the war. And the women that are left, man, they're going to be slaves, man. They're going to be pimped out. Give a woman for a can of beans or some madness like that for an hour. And this verse 34, in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine, man. So the men that go off to war gonna die. Men that are not in war starve to death. And vice versa. It can be flipped the other way around. Verse 40, O my people, hear my word, make ye ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. We're gonna have to be pilgrims. That's really the best way to survive. Go to place to place. Let's go to 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. Actually, let's go to Jeremiah first. Let's go to Jeremiah. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, and verse 4. They shall die of grievous deaths. They shall not be lamented, neither shall they be buried, but they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth, and they shall be consumed by the sword and by famine, and their carcasses shall be meat for the fowls of heaven, for the beasts of the earth. So, like I was saying, these people that die from the plagues, they're not going to be really in their houses like that. Yes, you will have people dying in their houses, but there's going to be a lot of bodies on the streets, man. And these animals and people will go around eating them. Now you may have it to where a plague, some form of plague, you see, could be in their bodies, and humans get privy to it. That, oh yeah, if you eat that flesh, even if you cook it, you get the virus, whatever, right? Then they won't be eating bodies like that. It won't be as many cannibals because they're going to be scared of getting whatever's in the meat. But it's still going to be brutal for everybody on this earth. And guess what? These heathens are going to envy the elect because the elect will make it through it. And it's going to be obvious that the elect are making through it, right? They're not going to be anorexic. They're not going to be dirty looking. You see, they're going to have spiritual power. They're going to have the Elohim, right? You see, they make fun of Jake, right? So there's no excuse for the positions that will be had. This is 2nd Ezra 2 and 28. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith Yahweh. Why? Spiritual power. Spiritual power. That's why they're not going to be able to do anything. Spiritual power. This is Jeremiah 9. And verse 21. For death is come up into our windows, and is entered into our palaces, to cut off the children from without, and the young men from the streets. Speak thus said Yahweh, even the carcasses of men shall be fall as dung upon the open field, and as the handful all after the harvestmen, and none shall gather them. So that's making a point that when these people die, it's not going to be no burial, man. It's not going to be no funerals for the majority of people that's going to die. Go to Proverbs 16. Proverbs 16 and verse 17. The highway of the upright is to depart from evil. He that keepeth his way preserveth his soul. Let's go to that word highway. And it means raised way, right? The raised way. Because Israel was raised under the law, statutes, commandments. This is verse 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. That's right. So, in the most prideful place ever, man, is Babylon the Great. This is the most prideful the world has ever been. This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So you're not gonna be no Billy Badass, man. You see these heathens. You got a lot of losers, man. They think they're gonna be on some type of level when society collapses. You really got some bozos out here thinking they're gonna be on some type of level when society collapses. And I'm not talking about the hopeful elect. I'm talking about these heathens out here that are stocking up all these weapons. Like this one guy, I see he was talking about how he knows how to make a remote bomb from a RC car, a remote control car. He knows how to make bombs from that and all types of crazy stuff like that. You see? So you got these bozos out here that that think they're gonna be on some type of level. Man, they're gonna be pooping their pants. They're gonna be literally their pants gonna be full of poo poo, man. This is 2nd Ezra 9 and 22. Let the multitude perish then which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept in my plant, the elect. For with great labor have I made it perfect, right? The elect being tried in that fire. Let's get let's get verse 15. I have said before, and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more that of them which perish than of them which shall be saved, like as a wave is greater than a drop. So the majority of people are going to die. So billions and billions and more than 5 billion people, I mean more than 4 billion people are going to die. It is not, and it's going to be bodies on bodies like that scene from that show or movie. You like bodies, bodies, bodies. It's going to be bodies. It's going to be bodies. Cause they're not going to be innocent. Who perish being innocent? Let's get that. This is Job 4 and 7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off. So these people, when they die, is not going to be unrighteous, no matter how they get killed, man. They get tortured to death, get their fingers pulled off one by one, and all types of madness like that. Let's get this right here. This is Ecclesiasticus 10 and 18. Pride was not made for men, nor furious anger for them that are born of a woman. So you're not supposed to be full of pride, man. I mean, what you proud for? To be exact, I mean, you're sinning. You're full of sin. Of course, the elect will be pardoned, right? But you heathens, especially you heathens, especially Esau. You see, that's why Esau is gonna be put down for permanently. This is Luke 21 and 10. Then said unto him, then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. And all this is gonna catch pretty much everybody off guard. And there's not gonna be, where are they gonna go, man? Where are you gonna go? You live in an apartment, you live in the suburbs, right? You're not on no deep, even like on some carnal stuff. You ain't on no prepper level. You ain't prepped up. You don't got no what do you call it? A cabin in the woods. You don't got that. Even if you do, 20, 30 dudes, 20, 30 cannibal dudes pull up on you at nights around the house. People are screwed. You people are screwed. This is Jeremiah 8. I'm going to end this off here in Jeremiah 8. And this is Jeremiah 8 and 2. And they shall spread them before the sun and the moon, and all the hosts of heaven whom they have loved, and whom they have served, and after whom they have walked, and whom they have sought, and whom they have worshipped, they shall not be gathered, nor be buried. They shall be for dung upon the face of the earth, and death shall be chosen rather than life by all the residue of them that remain of this evil family, which remain in all the places whither I have driven them, said Yahweh of hosts. And that's going into Jake, because Jake, you see, the majority of Jake is through. Esau has completely destroyed them. Their minds are gone, and Elohim is blocking their minds so they don't receive and understand the truth. And you're gonna have Jake getting caught up in this. Jake was not supposed to get caught up in this, man. Jake was not supposed to be a slave, or really, we ain't even supposed to be dying. But the Most High has his plans. That's why only 1/3 is gonna make it through this. But I'm gonna